We're watching you, OBS. Don't mess up again.
Look who's here. The beloved Trailblazer and the charming March 7th. You came to the Alchemy Commission today. Oh, I get it. You are here with March to visit her masters, aren't you?
Exactly. How are my masters doing at the moment?
Unfortunately, only one master is here. I'm doing fine.
Dang, Yanqing must have taken a toll.
Hey, watch your words! Don't you jinx my master!
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
His injuries weren't that severe. But, well, he'll still need some more time to rest, considering the intense battle with Hule, and then with General Fei Xiao.
Yeah, he's really been through
The
a
rigorous
lot.
sparring session with her. His small body couldn't take it anymore.
Master Yun Li, didn't you also engage in combat?
The little babies from the Luofu just don't have the resilience that us kids from the Zhuming have.
She's like, if only he was better, you know?
I
That's why
heard from
Yanqing's
Moza about the
still
tough battle against the
recovering.
wolf troopers. You fought alongside Moza. Did you get hurt?
The enemies were mostly taken care of by General Fei Xiao. Now that I think about it, I didn't really have a chance to get hurt.
I can guess why. General Fei Xiao is just too strong.
Yeah, I couldn't even have a moment to shine.
Yun Li, go and lie down.
You stood for too long. You still need to rest. I plan to get Aventurine. Good luck! I hope you'll be able to get him really, really quickly. I hope I don't lose a 50-50 trying to get Lingsha. Good luck! I hope you get her on your 50-50. I'm aiming for Topaz's Lycone for Wansing, but then I'm on 50-50 too. Ooh, is her Lycone really good for him? Good luck on the Lycone too! Really can't wait to see who's ready in 2.6. Ooh, I feel like it's gonna be rough. I feel like people are predicting Aventurine's gonna be having a rerun during that time. It's gonna be really hard. I think people are saying it's Aventurine and Firefly. That's gonna be the worst possible patch for me. I think I'll be saving most of my gems for 2.7, but I really do need to pick up Aventurine's Light Cone, and that's also going to be a 75-25, so hopefully I don't lose it this time, because I lost the Light Cone banner twice in a row, which is very unfortunate. My friend says it adds debuff when attacking. Oh, nice! Right now, Fushan and Guohua, now I need Aventurine, because Shield and no Jeppy back to the corner. No! No love for Jeppy! Now, the only Penacony reruns left are Acheron, Aventurine, and Firefly. Yeah, I think people are predicting all three of them are going to be run at the same time, and that's brutal. I feel like Jade might come a little bit later, because Jade was released, like, more recently. But I also have to keep saving, because what if they rerun Imbiber Ludi at some point? I gotta have gems for him too. Yeah, they have Rappa for 2.6 as a new character, but I think she's the only new character in 2.6.
Got it, Lingsha.
What about that smiley fox healer? And the guy with the hood?
Thank goodness you and the others found Yaocho. He lost a lot of blood and needs to rest properly. He and Maoza are seriously wounded. I've had to forcibly confine them to the Alchemy Commission.
She locks the door. No, you guys cannot leave.
All three from the Yaoqing are critically injured. But fortunately, the Xianzhou Laofu has a miraculous healer lady. It's a silver lining in this misfortune.
It looks like the entire delegation from the Xianzhou Yaoqing is gathered at the Alchemy Commission. Why don't we go see General Fei Xiao and bring her some fruit?
I would normally say no, because they need to rest. But alas, what can you do when the two of them have a leader who is just as restless?
Guess we're bringing them some snacks.
General Fei Xiao just slipped out of the recovery room. She thinks she's so sneaky, but I know everything that happens in the Alchemy Commission. If you're looking to meet her, the Lunarescent Depths might be your best bet. I spotted her heading that way earlier.
I love how every, doctor, healer, or, related field character in this game is always like, why do my patients keep sneaking out? Stop, you gotta stay here. Like Natasha also.
The sound of those footsteps. They must belong to General Fei Xiao.
What's in the back too?
out and about, despite the doctor's orders.
And she's like, guys, you gotta rest.
What a coincidence. Someone else who refuses to listen to the doctor's orders.
Doctor's worst patients.
Well, being a doctor myself, I don't think my knowledge of my own body is inferior to the Dragon Lady's.
The healer does not heal himself. Don't try to act tough in front of me. I'm sorry, Zhao Chou. I didn't expect you to use poison that way. What a miscalculation. If only I'd found you sooner. If only I hadn't sent you to the shackling prison.
The way you're speaking, is this really the Fei Xiao I know? Or could it be a Borisin assassin, imitating your voice to take my life?
Zhao Chou, your eyes. You can't see anymore, can you?
I can still clearly hear the sound of the waves. That's enough for me. Don't blame yourself. You know what I'm more concerned about? Has your body had any changes since you swallowed the Crimson Moon?
When she talked about the poison and she didn't expect him to use the poison that way, I wonder if the poison caused his blindness.
I'm not sure. There don't appear to be any changes. However, the many doubts that once plagued me have dissipated.
I never thought I'd live to hear you discuss your health again. But thanks to Moza and that child, the price I've paid seems trivial compared to what we've achieved. I hold no grievances, Fei Xiao. I am content.
I don't know how to offer words of comfort, nor do I know much about curing others' ailments.
I'm glad he's alive, though.
I am just a warrior, so my pledge to you is simple.
An eye for an eye.
So you were here too.
In this vast
can't see him
universe,
in the
there's
corner
bound to be
anymore.
someone who can heal your eyes. I'll find them. But until then,
Wait, this is so sweet. The fact that he scoured everywhere to find a cure for her, and now she's doing the same for him.
The threat behind all this chaos needs to be dealt with. You must already have some ideas. Let them out.
the resurgence of the Sanctus Medicus and the gathering of the Borisin are merely distractions orchestrated by an unseen force, meant to divide the Alliance's attention. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong fight this time. Once we return to the Yaoqing, I'll personally lead the Verdant Knights into battle. I vow to take down a Lord Ravager and teach the Ruined Legion the true meaning of the hunt.
I knew it. You've always been so impatient.
I apologize for my tardiness once again.
Adventure and especially E1 isn't like Zhongli against a really good shielder. Oh, it is like Zhongli. Yeah, he's really strong. Zhongli's only good at shielding because everyone whined about it. They were like, he's an Archon, he's gotta be good. She honestly thought he was fine. I was so happy. I was like, oh great, he's okay. And then the blindness. Tumbleweed effect possibly blind hurt Xiaochu's eyes, but he did stop belief for good by that poison. Yeah, like imagine if he didn't. It would have been really hard for us to beat him. I feel like he's like he did what he had to do, but I feel so bad that he had to be blind because of it. Seriously, I wonder if that cured Fei Xiao, but yeah, that had to be a lot of tumbleweed he had to intake. Yeah, apparently the tumble dust was supposed to cure Fei Xiao, but I guess it caused, like, his blindness at the same time, so it could be both healing but also poisoning. At least it keeps two good things, smell and hearing. True, at least his sense of smell is okay, so he could still cook and everything.
The Alchemy Commission detained me for some time for a health examination. They released me only after ensuring I was in good condition.
General, seeing you safe and sound puts our minds at ease. Hulei's escape caused significant upheaval and forced the war dance to be put on hold. A truly unforeseen disaster. Fortunately, the younger generation showed their valor. They bravely tackled the crisis, putting an end to the disaster and providing a glimmer of hope in a dire situation.
Before Master Diviner Fu Xuan's departure for the Yutre, I consulted with her about the war dance. She left a note stating, "The hexagram oscillates between thunder and heaven, a sign of great power," assuring us that we would successfully navigate
It's
any
like everything
challenges.
will be okay.
She advised me to trust the younger generation's abilities and let them lead. Her predictions, it appears, have come true. It's just... the Xianzhou Luofu's long-standing duty of keeping Hulei imprisoned ended with his death on the Skysplitter. This event is likely to bring much criticism from the Alliance's upper ranks.
However, Hulei's demise might actually be a blessing in disguise. Broadcasting this news could derail the Borison's resurgence and quash the ambitions of those who wish to take advantage of his return.
I just had a sudden realization. You know how when we first went on the Skysplitter for the first time and we were talking to everyone, and then there were the reporters, and the reporters are like, "Oh, I'm not used to wearing outfits like this. Oh my gosh, it seems the Sky Commission is handling, like, everything this time, and, like, the news broadcasting." That really checks out now, because they were there because they can fight. Like, some of them, so they were just, everybody was out hiding. And everybody else is just waiting and safe somewhere else.
Hand over Hulei's remains to the Xianzhou Yaoqing, and I'll handle the explanations to the Alliance. But what about the war dance? While the Wolf Hunt mission was a success, the events on the Skysplitter remain a secret. However, the news of the Borison's attacks on the streets will spread like wildfire.
The war dance was interrupted, so it must be reconvened. As for the people who witnessed the attacks, beyond placating them, we also need to show them the Xianzhou Cloud Knight's fearless dedication. On the war dance's opening day, Rogue Borison attempted to stir up panic, but was swiftly neutralized by the Merlin's Claw and the Cloud Knights. A genuine tale of heroism that will captivate and calm the public.
As Elder Huayan suggests, the Luofu will do its best to heal the wounded and compensate those who were affected. We aim to reopen the war dance in the coming weeks.
This settles the immediate concerns on the Luofu, but my thoughts linger on the orchestrator behind these events. From the onset of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, the Xianzhou Luofu has experienced numerous disturbances, directly linked to the Lord Ravager Fantilia.
Her attempt to infiltrate the Xianzhou with the Borison and sway the Luofu preceptors to join the Sanctus Medicus's insurrection was unsuccessful. But I have a feeling that she is indifferent to the success of her
Try
plans.
again.
Rather than outright victory, Fantilia's motives seem to lie in breeding discord and chaos among allies.
Is
Should
that
the
why
Alliance
OBS
fail
kept
to mend
disconnecting
these
today?
rifts,
Because Fantilia was
it
messing
risks
with it?
disintegrating into a pile
SMH,
of sand.
SMH.
The goal of the Xianzhou Alliance has not changed for thousands of years. Perhaps we should point the weapon in our hand toward this new adversary. I plan to bring this matter before the Marshal following the war dance.
With Elder Huayan's insight, one wonders how the Marshal will react.
It's clear we're engaged in a game of chess not seen in thousands of Amber eras. A game where even the strategists become pawns in battle. Where the stakes are as high as the fates of countless stars in the sky. Predicting the Marshal's decision is beyond me, yet she's well aware of our concerns. She has tasked General Yao Guang with performing extrapolations day and night to gauge the situation comprehensively.
Seer strategist.
We gathered today not just to tackle the Luofu's predicaments, but also to address a matter requiring our collective presence. Yao Guang has sent a message from the Xianzhou Yuchui, informing us that she wishes to share the results of recent calculations she made within the Matrix. Jing Yuan, I'd like to borrow the seat of Divine Foresight's chessboard for this purpose.
His chessboard is functional. Best answer though. Yeah, the way they're handling this is a good, way. Light burst forward from the chessboard.
Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. Over 3 decades have passed since we last convened. And I've dearly missed each of you generals during this time.
Was the seer strategist thinking of us or thinking of the fates we're destined for?
The Merlin's Claw. As blunt as always. Though, not everyone's cup of tea, huh? You once told Jing Yuan, "You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the seer strategist, this conversation might not be so
Dang, she's a bit snarky.
I'm intrigued. Did the conversation really come to pass?
I've never heard anyone mention that the Decalite reflection barrier could eavesdrop on even the quietest whispers. It appears that the Marshal sent not just 2 generals to the Luofu, but an uninvited 3rd guest as well.
People have been saying that Mr. Jing Yuan's intellect shines as brightly as the seer strategist's. With the Luofu caught in such strife, the Yuchui couldn't just stand by and watch.
Seer strategist, our time with the Yellow Bell is limited. Let's get straight to the point.
All right. Thanks to Mr. Jing Yuan, the interrogation of the 2 prisoners on the Yuchui has concluded.
Ooh.
Mr. Jing Yuan's speculations were correct. Of the crimes they confessed to, planting a Stellaron on the Luofu was a complete fabrication meant to mislead. Their real aim was to secure a meeting with the Marshal to present their Godslayer protocol, a strategy they firmly believe in.
And what was this grand strategy proposed by Jing Liu and that traveler?
We finally got news.
The narrative they painted was vast and difficult to put into words. It all revolves around the coffin of the blonde traveler.
Doesn't Lacha's counterpart in the Honkai universe carry someone around in that coffin?
To be precise, it's the remnants of the propagation.
Now it houses the remnants of propagation?
The remains of the swarm author?
The remains of the swarm author? What's her name? Is it Callan? Or I forgot her name. The one that Lucha has inside his coffin? I wonder if they're gonna make a proxy for that for the swarm author.
More accurately, it's a fragment of the divine body. In the future they depicted, this fragment serves as the final nail, sealing the fate of the plague's author and securing its doom. Before reaching that point, battling the gods necessitates a larger alliance. Hence, they sought out an ally for the Xianzhou. I assume you've all heard of the famed Genius Society member number 81, Ron Mei, haven't you? The Eye of the Yuchui has just seen this uninvited guest arrive on the Xianzhou Luofu.
Ron May!
2, 1. Right on time. Now, as for the best way to receive our distinguished guest, I'll leave that in your capable hands.
Do you remember your name?
My name is Ting Yun.
I serve as an ambassador of the Whistling Flames Merchant Guild on the Xianzhou LeFou.
Oh? Tian's back! Was the real one hiding everywhere? Or that's gotta be her body that was being used and they brought her sentience back. I wonder if it's something Ron May did. But now she's even stronger. She got like a strength buff that made her stronger. And it brought her back in the process. But wait, that actually checks out though. Because if you think about it, right? Ron May came to help and they need somebody to help fight against the gods. Ron May is a biologist. She can give birth to new beings. So she could have done something.
Who were you shot just now?
To bring her back. That could have been a thing. Yeah, she lives. Maybe that's what she did to Tinian. Cause like her neck snapped, so she couldn't have lived. Maybe Ron May found a way to bring her back, but also make her super strong in the process. I like all the gems I got from this quest. Gotta get him out. How much more time is left in this banner? Ooh, 3 days. I gotta start saving. Dun-dun-dun. Ooh, adventure mission. That's gotta be for the quest. Do you think a bird with broken wings still has a chance to fly? We can give it a prosthetic wing. Has my brother told you the story of the little Charmony dove? Ah, many times. many times. I remember the story. How could I forget? Looking back now, I realized we only gave it the right to live when we were little. We had no clue how to ensure its survival thereafter. But then again, who could truly define the rules of life compared to the charm?